All right, so Kevin, you deal with a great question. Like you bring up a question in this book that is so convicting to me, and I think to any believer who is really willing to kind of ask it of themselves, is why are we here beyond salvation? Like I think for the large part, traditional Christian church culture has been about evangelism in the sense of like, just get people to know Jesus and that's
Right,
it, right?
right.
That's the goal, that's the badge.
It's a good thing.
Boom, you
Right.
get your pen,
Yeah.
But why are we here afterward? Right? Like, we don't get raptured, you know what I mean? It's not like, all right, I believe in Jesus, profession of faith, boom, it's like everybody disappears.
Right.
We're still here.
Yeah, that's in the movies.
Right. And life is not a movie, right? I mean,
Right.
it's real. So why are we here after salvation? It begs a great question.
Right.
So I want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think the greatest questions that mankind has are, how did we get here? And science answers that one way, and you know, Christianity answers it another. So, but the second greatest question is, why are we here? And that people struggle with that one. So as a Christian, I think we can translate that to, why are we still here
Right.
after salvation? Because, you know, God wants a family, He created us, all that kind of stuff. And we've heard all the purpose language and all the other things. But there's to distill that down to what really matters is, okay, so you're here and God wants to save you, and He will if you or I or we allow that. We have control over that. He's given us free will. So once we decide that, and we're in, so we get into heaven. So what's the rest of this life about? Is it hunkering down and waiting for Jesus to come back and rapture and, you know, getting you some extra water in your house or whatever? Well, that's not wrong, but there's work to do, and there's a kingdom to advance, and so that's what we're about. And that, so yes, you're supposed to evangelize and disciple, but you have personal qualities, and God created us in His image, but He also created us distinctly. So that both of these aspects are important to God. Otherwise, He wouldn't have done it this way.
Sure.
So we have to look at both of those, not just we are a corporate body to evangelize. We have also these personal qualities, which are distinct, like our fingerprint. And so that matters to God. So it is an act of obedience to find out who we are for Him, just like a hand and a glove, so we can be used by Him distinctly for such a time as this and in the world and advance the kingdom. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, you know, may look at it as, well, that's all about you. But it's not, because God created you and me.
Individualism is God's idea.
That's right. He did it on purpose. And it's just like your brothers and sisters. They're different, and your parents have different expectations, and they're okay with us being different.
Right.
But we're all still a family. So the reason you're here after salvation is the great question, and part of what we want to do is help you uncover that, and we know how to do it because we've done it in our own life, and that's. Yeah. It's just a testimony.
I think the difference to me is so many people, and I think for myself for the longest time, you feel like Christianity is just like suffering through life, right? I gotta be here, you know, I wish I could be home with Jesus, and like you suffer through life, but like Uprint, the heart of Uprint, we want people to know that that's not why you're here.
Right.
You're not here to suffer through. You are here to become His expression. And that's
right.
why we use that thumbprint.
That's right.
That idea is that you get to be God's fingerprint on the world through your own.
Yeah,
and that is beautiful.
God wants us to learn how to aim to please Him, not just serve Him. And that's the heart of a father and a child. So we go from being, our goal here is to go from being saved servants to being sanctified sons and daughters. And that journey is part of that journey is learning who you are as an act of obedience.
Right.
I know you created me, Father, and now I want to understand the desires of my heart that you put there so I can live them out and glorify you in the process.
Yeah.
So why are you still here after salvation? Have you asked yourself that question? If you haven't, think about it. It's really powerful, and it creates some good energy.
To me, it's like, think about this, like you get to become His expression in the world.
That's right.
That's amazing.
That's right. That's exciting.